Yo, what is up guys, welcome to a new video. First of all, I want to say that I have a cold, I'm sick. Maybe you can hear it in my voice, my red nose, or my red eyes, or whatever. Today I want to talk about what you need this year, 2019, or well, generally any year, to make music, okay? What gear do you really need? I see a lot of people saying, I don't have that plugin, I don't have good monitors, I don't have headphones, I don't have a good laptop, I don't have a good studio, or thing like that. And today I'm going to tell you the top 5 that I think you really need to make music. So let's start with the first one, and obviously it's a computer. You cannot make electronic music without a computer. You can choose either Mac or Windows. Well, you can also choose Linux, but I think there are no music production programs for Linux. And also you can choose a laptop or a desktop computer. It's up to you, you choose. Of course, if you use Logic, for example, you need a Mac. But for example, you can use Ableton and FL Studio in Mac and Windows. About desktop or laptop computer, it depends on you. For example, when I was studying at the university, I used to live on the city because the university is there, not in my town. So I needed a laptop to be able to work there and work in my house. And I didn't have the money to buy a desktop computer here and a laptop for the university. But if you buy a desktop computer, of course, for the same money, you're gonna have a lot more power, so it's gonna be better for you because you're not gonna have any crashes or things like that. About laptops, you don't really need a really expensive laptop like 3,000 euros or 4,000 euros. Well, if you buy a Mac, probably you're gonna spend that money. What you really need is just some RAM and good CPU. You don't need a gaming laptop. The thing is that most of the times gaming laptops are the ones that have these good CPUs and RAM, so they're gonna have the graphic card that you don't really need to make music. But if you're just starting, you probably don't have the money to spend on someone that makes artworks for you, for your tracks, videos for you, or edit your photos and all these things. So you're gonna do it yourself, and if you have a graphic card, it's gonna be a lot easier, because probably if you don't have a dedicated graphic card, Adobe programs like Photoshop or Premiere are not really gonna work well. But the thing is that if you have already a computer, even if it's super bad, you can use it. I will put a link up here of a video I did time ago where I show you what you can do if you have a bad computer to make it be a bit better. On the number 2, I would say you need, of course, a DAW, Digital Audio Workstation. This is basically a program that you need to make music. We are in 2019, so please stop saying those things of Ableton is better, no, Logic is better, no, FL Studio is better, no, this one has better sound quality and all these things. When you're listening to a famous track, you don't know if they use it Ableton, Logic, Cubase, Pro Tools, FL Studio, or whatever. At the end, they are gonna sound good if you make them sound good, okay? It depends on you, not on the DLW. So just try them and choose the one you like the most. I tried Ableton, I tried Cubase, and I tried FL Studio, and for me FL Studio is the best one. On the number 3, of course, if you make music, you need something to listen what you're making. So you need the studio speakers or studio monitors, okay, like these ones, or studio headphones. I'm not gonna say in this video the pros and cons of studio monitors or studio headphones. If you want a video about that, just leave it in the comments and I will make one. This is like when choosing a desktop computer or a laptop computer. If you travel a lot, you better want headphones because you can use them wherever you want, You can just use them at your house, at your friend's house, at the bus, or whatever. And about this, you don't need 1,000 euros to headphones for each one, or 5,000 or things like that. So the thing is, what studio monitors do you want? Well, it depends on you. I recommend you to go to a store and try them, or watch, reviews on YouTube and things like that, or buy them and try them. If you don't like them, just send it back. But for example, you can buy the KRK, that are these ones. You can buy the Yamaha, you can buy the Adam. And for example, in my case, I decided to buy the KRK because this thing here is the bass port, okay, and normally other speakers have them in the back. But the thing, as you can see, I have the studio monitors really close to the wall because I need it. I cannot move the desktop. And the thing is that if you have the bass port in the back, it's gonna create a lot more bass, because it's so close, and you're gonna hear more bass than the track really have. So I decided to buy these ones, so the bass port is in front, and I solved this problem. And about headphones, I recommend you to just spend 100, 200 euros, not more. In my case, I have these ones, are the Shure SR8440. They are pretty cheap. They cost me like 120 or thing like that, but they are a lot cheaper now. They sound nice, but in my opinion, they need a bit more bass. But you can also check the Beyerdynamics DT990 Pro. They are like 120 euros. The Audio-Technica 88 M50X are 150 more or less. And if you want to spend more, for example, the Sennheiser HD 600, they are pretty good, but they are 200 or even more euros. And there used to be a website that was really cool, that you could choose the headphone you wanted, and it's used to show you the spectrum, you know, the frequency spectrum of it, so you can see if it has too much bass or not enough bass, and compare between different monitors and all these things. But now it's not working, so if any of you know a website like that, you know, put it in the comments. I would fix that comment so everybody can check it, because it's super helpful to decide what studio headphones you want. On the number 4, and this depends on what you choose in the number 3, audio interface. I said it depends on what you choose, because if you're just gonna use headphones, you don't really need an audio interface. You can plug it to your laptop if you have a laptop. If you have a desktop computer, you can also try it, but maybe the cable is too short. But for monitors, it's something really needed, because you cannot plug your 2 monitors to your computer. But you don't need to spend a lot of money on this. For example, I have the Alesis IO2 Express. I have this one because it came with a pack where I bought the studio monitors, that audio interface, the cables, these phone things. I'm not 100% sure of what I'm going to say, but I think that there's not really a big difference between different audio interfaces about the sound they show you. You know, when you plug a speaker to that audio interface, it's not really gonna change the sound if you have an Alesis and a Focusrite or other audio interfaces. Well, I guess that if you have a 100 euros audio interface and a 1,000 euro audio interface, the 1,000 euros should sound a bit more clear or things like that. But when you're just using it to listen, there's not really a big difference. Of course, if you're gonna use it to record things, there's gonna be a big difference if you have a 50 euro audio interface or a 500 euro audio interface. But if you're not a singer or a guitarist or thing like that, just buy a cheap one. I recommend you the one I have, or the Focusrite Solo, or the 2i2 I think it's called, or something like this, around 100 euros. And last but not least, on the number 5, well, the truth is I added this one because top 4 was kind of weird, so I decided to put another one. Microphone. You don't really need a microphone if you're not a singer, okay, but sometimes it's good to have a microphone, you know, like this one for example. I use it for the tutorials, but I also use it in some tracks, you know, to record maybe real claps or some voices, some shouts for the drop, you know, like 1, 2, 3 jump, some voices for the background. Or for example, there is people that sometimes sing like a melody, you know, with his voice, and then you distort it and EQ it and saturate and add reverb and all these things, and at the end they are the leads of the track. But if you're not gonna do those things, you're just gonna you know, make music on the computer and without recording things, you don't really need it. But if you want to have a microphone, I recommend you this one, because it's with everything, you know, with the pop filter, the cable, the stand and all these things. Is I think 30 euros or more or less, and lots of audio engineers say this one sounds super good for the price range it have, you know, because there are others that for 30 euros they sound really bad. So if you're not a singer, if you have the money, maybe just buy a cheap one like this one, you know, or 50 euros, I think like that, to try things, you know, to record some vocals for the background, some vocal chops, some claps or things like that. But in my opinion, it's not really necessary. And as a bonus, I recommend you to treat your room. I have some panels, some acoustic foam in my room. If you have headphones, you don't need to treat your room. But if you have monitors, I recommend you to treat a bit your room to have less reverb, because even if you have a 5,000 studio monitors, if the room is not treated, you know, they're gonna sound like shit. So as you could see, there's not really necessary crazy things like external EQs, external compressors, a vocal booth, you know, expensive keyboards. You don't need 3 pairs of speakers to compare on each one, a stupid stand for headphones or things like that. Of course, they are cool, and if you have the money, why not buy it and try it and maybe help you on your production. But if it's just starting and you don't have the money and all these things, you don't need it. Just a computer, a program to make music, and something to be able to listen to that music. So guys, this is it. I hope this top 5 help you. I would like to see in the comments all the things that you use in your studio and you think they are really necessary. And well, as I always say, just give a like if this video help you. You're gonna help me. In the description you have links to my gear, you know, the things I use, so you can check them if you want. And guys, just remember to subscribe, to suggest a video if you want, and see you in the next video.